Nam-radio.com, streaming 24/7.
Right about now.
You are tuned into the greatest.
Let's kick off the show with the hottest music. This is Nam Radio.
Our name on the track.
Sijapenda kuwa solo, ila niwe umefanya ya yote yatokee. Umeniacha doro, oh yeah. Pamoja na upendo wangu wote leo unaniona sifai. Kujishusha kwako kote leo umenitoa nishai. Sasa vipi bila weta survive? Na wendo wangu wa kushoto ubavu. Ninakiri samaki nimenasa kwenye nyavu, oh yeah. Kweli ataka moyo kuyashinda haya. Kama giza totoro na wendio taha. Nikisema nisahau kusue bado na kukumbuka tu bado. Pamoja na mabaya yako bado na kukumbuka tu bado. Zile ndoto zinajirudia bado na kukumbuka tu bado. Pamoja na mabaya yote bado na kukumbuka tu bado. Oh yeah.
New music. Giving you new music first. Here on Nam Radio.
Maumivu yangu nimpeleke nani? Kama wewe ndo tabibu wangu na hivi leo sikuoni. Kutwa ghadhabu mirate na sioni. Na wewe ndo furaha yangu, siamini kama hauko nami. Kama prince tunda naspas kwa mkoroma, wako sina nafasi mina lalama. Na kama kulijenga penzi lifanya hima kwako we. Kweli ataka moyo kuyashinda haya. Kama giza totoro na wendio taha. Nikisema nisahau kusue bado na kukumbuka tu bado. Pamoja na mabaya yako bado na kukumbuka tu bado. Zile ndoto zinajirudia na kukumbuka tu bado. Pamoja na mabaya yote bado na kukumbuka tu bado. Oh yeah. Pamoja na yote bado na kukumbuka sana. Oh, oh, yeah. Yeah. No.
Check it out.
You're listening to the exclusive mix with Nam Radio.
That was Jaffe Ross, an emerging artist from Tanzania, with the song Bardo. To find out more about his incredible journey in artistic development and his complete vocals overhaul transformation story, visit talentshowcaseafrica.com.
Are you an emerging artist? Need professional feedback on your music? Smash or Pass the Track is a brand new podcast from Talent Showcase Africa, where you can get your music reviewed by a professional panel for 30 seconds. And if you make the grade, you'll be offered free professional voice coaching to overhaul your vocals so you can re-record and reissue a deluxe version of your track for radio rotation and the Juki Music Awards. Interested? Submit your music today via talentshowcaseafrica.com.
Welcome to the Talent Showcase Africa podcast. My name is Joette and I'm the official voice coach at talentshowcaseafrica.com. My fellow panelists are radio curator Colin Mugabe from Namibia's Nam Radio and record producer and radio host Delani Makalima from Johannesburg, South Africa. In the next 15 minutes or so, we'll play the first 30 seconds of your submitted tracks with the option to go extra time to 60 seconds, and we'll give you professional feedback right here on the show. If we like your track and it makes our Pick of the Day playlist, we will play the full track in all its glory at the end of the show. And for those artists that make the grade, I will offer you free vocal coaching to completely overhaul your vocals so you can record a deluxe version of your track for radio rotation and nomination for the Juki Music Awards Global Song Contest. To submit your track, simply send an email to podcast@talentshowcaseafrica.com.
You're tuned in to the Talent Showcase Africa podcast, Smash or Pass the Track, where a panel of experts will listen, review, and give feedback to music submitted by emerging African artists.
So let's kick off this episode with the first track by Vinso Splash from Nigeria. The title of the track is Ice, so let's have a listen.
Savage, where you see the guy below, oh, the atlas say you don't want that. Bro, I see the chance to have. It's no one ever, baby, don't push me. When you see the guy below, oh, the atlas say you don't want that. Bro, I see the chance to have. It's no one ever, baby, don't go. She no be easy. Now we give you my life, baby, can I must try, say. Baby, cannot be tight, play. She no be easy. Now we give you my life. Can I must try, say. Baby, cannot be tight, play. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 3. Girl, I swear you dey bust my brain, oh yeah. When I stand by you, girl, I swear you dey rise my ticket. Girl, you make me start to drink. I'm like that. Don't scatter my brain.
Vinso Splash with Ice. I like this tune. It has an interesting vibe, throaty vocals, but that can be fixed with training. It's a smash for me. Over to you, Delani.
Vinso Splash, yes. It sounds a bit like a typical Afro-pop song. It's not as melodic as I would expect the production to be. It's very mimicky, sort of the sort of thing that you tend to hear on radio. His vocal delivery, though, and melodic structure is moderate. Nothing memorable. I would pass, unfortunately.
Over to you, Colin.
Vinso Splash, Ice. I really enjoyed listening to this song. I felt like the song captured my emotion and it had a very interesting melody. So for me, this is a smash.
You're listening to the Talent Showcase Africa podcast, Smash or Pass the Track. We'll be right back after this break. Are you an emerging artist? Need professional feedback on your music? Smash or Pass the Track is a brand new podcast from Talent Showcase Africa, where you can get your music reviewed by a professional panel for 30 seconds. And if you make the grade, you'll be offered free professional voice coaching to overhaul your vocals so you can re-record and reissue a deluxe version of your track for radio rotation and the Juki Music Awards. Interested? Submit your music today via talentshowcaseafrica.com. It's the Juki Music Awards, a global online song contest. Win a trip to Los Angeles, USA. Record your next song at Capitol Records with Michael Jackson's producer, Brian Malouf. Register your song today. Visit www.jukyawards.com. That's www.djoookyawards.com. Hurry, entries closing soon.
Staying with Nigeria, coming up next is Charisma, and the title of the track is Tomiwa. So let's have a listen.
Charisma, she said, baby, tell me what it is. Tell me why you can't get enough of me now. I know that it's been a while, but you take my mind. Maybe we can start again. I know that we've been estranged. I know that you wanna get my love all day. 'Cause this is what I feel. You mean the world to me, girl. Yeah, come rock with me till you can't get enough. Come rock with me till you get enough. Come rock with me.
Very Michael Jackson-esque. I would have liked to see heavier bass lines on this track and a bit of groove. Now, the vocals have a lot of potential, but this artist I will want to train. You could do so much more with proper vocal rebalancing and realignment. This is most certainly a smash for me. Over to you, Delani.
Charisma. Not a bad attempt, but I think it lacks a lot of musical composition and song structure. I wouldn't say too much about his voice. I think I'd leave that to you, Joe. But I would agree that it does sound a tad bit Michael Jackson inspired. Nothing wrong with that, though. I think he would need a little bit more work on his voice, just a little less auto-tune in the production. And unfortunately, the musical production in itself doesn't build up as I expected. I expected to hear drums and to hear at least a string line or even a warm pad in the back. I don't think Charisma is ready, but he does have some potential. I would pass, unfortunately.
What do you say, Colin?
Oh wow, Charisma from Nigeria came through with the song Tomiwa. I really enjoyed her vocals on the track. However, I do feel like the beat could have been better and was a letdown on this track. I would love to hear her vocals on a different beat with maybe a good bass line. So on this occasion, I would say it's a pass.
Coming up next is Daesh Deep with the track Shona Malanga featuring Noma Beauty, and they're from South Africa. So let's have a listen. Interesting house vibe here. If only they were sort of serious about the vocals, they could have had quite an interesting atmospheric track, you see what I mean? These vocals are too throaty, and the excessive autotune there doesn't help either. So my advice is fix the vocals with the special exercises. There's a free TSA ebook for singers inclusive of voice training MP3 on talentshowcaseafrica.com. So basically it's a pass for me. Over to you, Delani.
Daesh Deep. This production shows a lot of promise, though still incomplete. I would have loved to hear more percussion in the movement of the drums, perhaps a heavier kick. The producer does borrow elements of various house flavors, which is a good thing. I would have dialed a bit back on the auto-tune on the vocalist. I think she naturally has a great sounding tone, a great voice already. So no need to flower it up too much with auto-tune. It's also another promising piece of music that I think needs a little bit more work on composition and song structure. But it is it's sounding good. I would pass on it, though.
What about you, Colin?
Daesh Deep came through with a house track, and which I really enjoyed listening to. However, I must say that I didn't like the auto-tune on the song. I felt it didn't quite work well. I also find that the song did not have enough variations, and so it became a bit monotonous. And I just feel like he could work on those. And on this case, for me, I feel like this is a pass.
You're tuned in to the Talent Showcase Africa podcast, Smash or Pass the Track, where a panel of experts will listen, review, and give feedback to music submitted by emerging African artists. Are you an emerging artist? Need professional feedback on your music? Smash or Pass the Track is a brand new podcast from Talent Showcase Africa, where you can get your music reviewed by a professional panel for 30 seconds. And if you make the grade, you'll be offered free professional voice coaching to overhaul your vocals so you can re-record and reissue a deluxe version of your track for radio rotation and the Juki Music Awards. Interested? Submit your music today via talentshowcaseafrica.com.
Coming up next from South Africa, we have Heights with Rara featuring Mr. Lenzo. So let's take a listen.
Cause over fear, love over hate, you over everybody else. Hate. You are the way, the truth, and the life. Jakana lady ele amaribe ribe, ribe la kwanu, rona meti ai. Aya. Jakana lady.
This is a very nice house vibe. I love the sweeping vocals, the lovely chord progression, and really, to be honest, it's a smash for me. Over to you, Delani.
Rara featuring Mr. Lenzo. It's so far the most interesting of the lot that I think I've heard today. Very progressive, very new age. Definitely has a commercial sound to it. It's neatly packaged and put together. This is a smash for me.
Great stuff. Okay, what about you, Colin?
Another great house song I thoroughly enjoyed, Heights, Rara featuring Mr. Lenzo. I really enjoyed listening to this track, and I feel like there's nothing wrong in the production of the track. However, I would just recommend you keep the song under 5 minutes. So in this case, for me, this is a smash.
You're listening to the Talent Showcase Africa podcast, Smash or Pass the Track. We'll be right back after this break. Are you an emerging artist? Need professional feedback on your music? Smash or Pass the Track is a brand new podcast from Talent Showcase Africa, where you can get your music reviewed by a professional panel for 30 seconds. And if you make the grade, you'll be offered free professional voice coaching to overhaul your vocals so you can re-record and reissue a deluxe version of your track for radio rotation and the Juki Music Awards. Interested? Submit your music today via talentshowcaseafrica.com.
Tamben is an emerging artist from Nigeria whose song Electric Vibe has featured in the top 3 of the Juki Music Awards weekly song charts, and in fact multiple times, as well as the number 3 position in one of the seasonal contests. And so, before we get stuck back in with the next segment of the show, let's take a listen to Electric Vibe from Tamben.
You look so special tonight. I just wanna taste. You were so heavenly, divine. No one can replace you. Loving you crazy, 'cause you're my baby. Never betray me. Oh yeah. Loving you crazy, 'cause you're my baby. Never betray me. Oh yeah. Come a little close tonight. Baby, I'm here to satisfy you. I could do what you like.
I hope you enjoyed that interlude. Now, coming up next, we've got Ice Kid, and the track is called Hymns Heartbreak, and they're from Nigeria. So let's take a listen.
Oh baby girl, it's your man, beautiful, pretty baby. Oh baby girl, it's your man, beautiful, pretty baby.
All right, the beat is kind of okay, but the vocals need fixing. It's a pass for me. On to you, Delani.
Ice Kid's Heartbreak. Look, the only potential that I see in this is that I feel it needs to be redone with a different vocalist and have a totally different production team behind it. And I say this because I feel it's a great composition of song. I think the melodic structure is good, it's catchy, the simplicity makes it memorable. However, I do feel like the vocalist is a bit all over the place. The producer's production is a bit understated. I don't think the way it's being done right now is doing it justice. I would suggest that they consider giving this or perhaps licensing this song to a better performing artist, better vocalist, and maybe even commission a beat maker who can sort of remake this song. I would pass, not because it's not a good composition, but it's just not well executed.
Okay, over to Colin.
This is a really cool sing-along song. I like the catchy lyrics and chorus. I feel like this is a great radio song, and it has a potential to even be better with a little bit of tuning. And for me, on this occasion, this is definitely a smash.
Coming up next from Ghana, we've got Edie Kawawa, and the track is called Mama. Let's take a listen.
Kawawa.
Your vibes is African very best. Dollar music.
As I dey watch you go, I want to know. Love what you get for me, no be joke. As my tears they flow, I dey carry the joke. Where you share with me, never thought say you go left me alone. Mama ko, mama ko, mama ko, mama ko, mama ko. Oko, we jami wako. Mama ko, mama ko, mama ko, mama ko, mama ko. Oko, we jami wako. Oga, as we all dey call you.
This vocal almost sounds flat, I have to say. You're putting unnecessary weight on your throat. What happens when you do this is that it limits your range and your sense of music. So in essence, your track has got commercial potential, but your voice cannot deliver the goods. Now, you need serious vocal rebalancing with special exercises. It's a pass for me, but make sure you download Voice Training MP3 from talentshowcaseafrica.com. You've got to do that. Over to you, Delani.
Edie Kawawa. I like his vocal tone. I was expecting to hear a little bit more coming out from him, but I think it can be worked on. I wanted to hear a few more high notes, maybe an uplifting chorus, because I felt that the current chorus is a bit of a hook. Catchy, yes, but not a sing-along chorus as I would have sort of wanted to hear. The production has a lot of borrowed chord structures from that Rihanna Diamond song, if you listen to it carefully. And I would advise the producer that if he or she is going to borrow elements of chord structures, you need to find a way of masking them and disguising them. Or alternatively, just play the chords differently. in reverse or play them, in a different arrangement. It's a good song, but could be better. I would give it a smash. Yeah, so that's a smash for me. Thanks again for having me, guys. Look forward to next week's selection. Look, I know it's not easy to get a positive rating with full marks up in here. And that's simply because I think my ear is a little in tune with what commercial elements are out there sort of making deep impact on radio, on television across the continent. So, it's not going to be easy. But I'm very, very excited as to what's ahead of us.
Thanks, Delani. Over to you, Colin.
I listened to this track a few times and I enjoyed the flow of the track. I find that it matches the beat and the timing is on point. I think I would have appreciated the track a lot more if I understood the lyrics. So on this occasion, I would say it's a pass for me.
Are you an emerging artist? Need professional feedback on your music? Smash or Pass the Track is a brand new podcast from Talent Showcase Africa, where you can get your music reviewed by a professional panel for 30 seconds. And if you make the grade, you'll be offered free professional voice coaching to overhaul your vocals so you can re-record and reissue a deluxe version of your track for radio rotation and the Juki Music Awards. Interested? Submit your music today via talentshowcaseafrica.com. It's the Juki Music Awards, a global online song contest. Win a trip to Los Angeles, USA. Record your next song at Capitol Records with Michael Jackson's producer, Brian Malouf. Register your song today. Visit www.jukyawards.com. That's www.djoookyawards.com. Hurry, entries closing soon. You've been tuned in to the Talent Showcase Africa podcast, Smash or Pass the Track, where a panel of experts listen, review, and give feedback to music submitted by emerging African artists. Make sure you share this episode on your social media. And to all of you artists, please keep the submissions coming via talentshowcaseafrica.com.
And now for that pick of the day, we've got Rara by Heights featuring Mr. Lenzo from South Africa.
Cause over fear, love over hate, you over everybody else. God's over fear, love over hate. You are the way, the truth, and the life. Shakana lady ele ama ribe ribe, ribe la kwanu, rono meti ai. Aya, Shakana lady ele ama ribe ribe, ribe la kwanu, rono meti ai. Rarar nesetse pula Pula nana Pula yat Pula mat Rarar nesetse pula